There will be a last time you pick up your child, a last time you hear your mother laugh, a last ordinary dinner with everyone still around the table, and you will not know that it is the last. It will feel like every other Tuesday, and then it will simply never happen again. We are surrounded by last times, and we walk straight past almost all of them. Think about the firsts you remember. Your first steps were photographed. Your first day of school was filmed. Somebody wrote down your first word. Now try to remember the last time your dad carried you on his shoulders. You can't. Nobody marked it. It happened. It was the final time it would ever happen, and it slipped by without a sound. That is what this video is about. Your brain treats beginnings and endings completely differently. A first feels like an event, so it gets a photo, a caption, a memory. A last almost never announces itself. It hides inside an ordinary day and lets you walk past it. The last time all your childhood friends were in one room, you didn't know it was the last. You were just tired, and you went home. The last time you played outside until the streetlights came on, there was a final one, and you never noticed it end. The last time your whole family lived under one roof, one day someone moved out, and that was that. None of these came with a warning. We celebrate the openings and sleep through the closings, and the closings are the ones we would give anything to have back. So how much of this time do you actually have left? In 2015, a writer named Tim Urban did the math, and it is brutal. He called it the tail end. Think about how much time you spent with your parents growing up. As a kid, you saw them almost every day. Breakfast, dinner, weekends, all of it. By the time you turned 18 and left home, you had already used up most of it. Urban estimated that by 18, you have spent about 90% of the in-person time you will ever have with your mom and dad. 90% already gone. Now you visit a few times a year, maybe 5 days, maybe 10. If your parents are around another 20 or 30 years, that is only a few hundred more days with them in your entire life. You could fit the rest of your time with your parents onto a single calendar page, and you are already deep into the tail end of it. The daily part of that relationship did not end with a goodbye. It ended on a normal afternoon you don't even remember. The same math runs for your oldest friends, your grandparents, the town you grew up in. Most of your time with the people who made you is already behind you. What is left is the tail, and the tail is short. So why does it never feel that way? Because routine feels like it will last forever. Your mind runs on a quiet assumption that there will always be another time, another dinner, another call, another summer. That assumption is useful because you could not function if every goodbye felt final. So the brain files ordinary moments as repeatable and forgettable. The problem is that some of them are not repeatable at all. One of those "we'll do it again soon" moments was already the last one, and you filed it as normal and moved on. There is a name for the feeling that hits when you finally see this: anticipatory nostalgia, missing something while it is still right in front of you. It is the ache you get watching your kids sleep, knowing this exact age is ending. It is looking around a warm room full of people and thinking, one day this will only be a memory. Most people spend their whole lives numbing that feeling, and that feeling is trying to tell you something true. Here is what changes the moment you know something is the last. In 2012, researchers Ed O'Brien and Phoebe Ellsworth ran a simple study. They gave people chocolates to taste, one after another. One group was told, "Here is your next chocolate." The other group was told, "Here is your last." Same chocolate, different word. The people who believed it was the last enjoyed it noticeably more, and they rated it as the best one of the whole set. Nothing about the chocolate changed. Only their attention did. When your brain believes something is ending, it finally shows up for it. Scarcity is what turns an ordinary thing precious. A last day of a trip, a last night in a city you loved. You were fully there because some part of you knew it was ending. Now imagine bringing that same attention to a normal Tuesday with someone you love. That is the whole trick, and it costs nothing. There is also a reason the last moment carries so much weight. Psychologist Daniel Kahneman spent decades showing that we do not remember experiences evenly. We remember them by their peaks and by their endings. The final note of something counts for far more in your memory than all the quiet middle of it, which means the last ordinary afternoon you spend with someone becomes a huge part of how you will remember them forever, and you almost never get to choose when that afternoon lands. And here is the part almost no one thinks about. You are not only losing last times, you are becoming one. Right now, you are a last time waiting to happen in someone else's life. There is a version of you your parents are quietly running out of days with. There is a friend who will one day realize the last time they saw you has already passed. The way you show up on an ordinary day, the plain one you would never think twice about, is the memory they are going to keep. So the attention you bring to these small moments works in both directions. It changes what you get, and it changes what you leave behind. So here is the part that should stop you. You cannot see which time is the last. That part is out of your hands. You will never get a warning that says, this is the final one. The last hug, the last inside joke, the last long walk, all of it unmarked. But you can do one thing the calendar never lets you do. You can treat more of them like they might be the last. Not all of them, because you would fall apart. Just a few more than you do now. The call you cut short because you were busy, you make it longer. The visit you keep pushing to next month, you make it this week. The ordinary dinner, you actually look up from your plate. You stop saving your full attention for some big moment that may never come, because the big moments are rare, and the ordinary ones are running out quietly. The people you love will not be here in the same way forever, and one of your normal days with them is already circled in red. You just can't see the circle. So think of one person right now, not a stranger, someone who made you who you are. A parent, a grandparent, an old friend, the one you keep meaning to call. You have fewer ordinary days left with them than you think, and you will not be told when you reach the last one. So make one of them count on purpose today. Call them for no reason and stay on the phone past the point you would normally hang up. Say the thing you assume they already know. Go see them while going to see them is still an option, because there will be a last time for all of it. A last call, a last visit, a last ordinary afternoon. The only way to not waste the last one is to stop wasting the ordinary ones. You don't know which time is the last, so treat this one like it might be.